Hello, everybody. Welcome to Thursday. The S&P 500 was down a little bit more than 1.4% today. Kind of gave back the gains that we had the last couple of days, unfortunately. But we did have a really nice rally at the end of the day. So hopefully that bodes well for the next couple of days. We'll see how this plays out. You have to be very careful here in this time of the year, end of the quarter, big rebalancings happening with these pensions and mutual funds. Maybe $100 billion worth of stock is being sold here. Again, light volume because of the holiday season can cause a lot of changes in volatility also. And we had a report today from a semiconductor company called Micron. Missed their revenues, had poor guidance going forward. And so really, there's a lot of talk about, what's recession and inflation and these types of things. And again, I think the focus needs to shift to recession. So if we look at what happened today under that guise, we see that semiconductors are, possibly not going to be selling as much. Not too surprising. It's sort of like Peloton. We were using a lot of semiconductor things while we were locked up in our homes, doing gaming and all of these different things, and actually buying computers so everybody could work from home and all that type of stuff. A lot of that has stopped. I know here at our practice, we haven't bought a computer in quite a while, bought a whole bunch of them during the pandemic, period when we all had to go home. And money is shifting to services. So the other thing that happened today that kind of, I think, was very positive on the recessionary side was, first of all, they revised the third quarter gross domestic product from 2.9% to 3.2%. And most of that was based on better consumption. And so that's a good thing, because this is what this is about. I mean, if you look back here at the things that are positive on this recessionary front, we've got a good labor market. As a matter of fact, today we got another report about first-time unemployment claims being better than expected. And so good labor market, that helps with the recessionary environment. We have a better GDP. We have the Nike sales that came out. We have a consumer confidence survey that came out yesterday that was very good, actually, compared to what was expected. And so we are shifting away from some of these things. And so don't be surprised to see some of these stocks fall off. I do think the market is kind of looking at that as a recessionary thing instead of a shift during a pandemic, if that makes sense. So, hey, we're going to go, travel. We're going to go spend money at restaurants and movie theaters and those types of things. And we're not going to be buying computers and some of these other things that might happen. And so the market looks at that, oh gosh, semiconductors are dropping. We're going to have a really hard recession and what have you, instead of looking at it more like Peloton, where it's just something we're not as interested in doing right at this moment because we all bought so many computers already. And whatnot too. So I do think earnings will be a bit spotty because of what's going to happen here on kind of that good side versus the service side. And so, this is going to be an interesting battle to see that plays out. Again, be careful in this environment with the big rebalancing going on. This is why we have 75% allocation to stock. And normally we'd have more. We don't. We have the other 25% in T-bills and ultra short-term bonds, just because the environment is volatile and we're waiting for some periods here to try to get back in. We could reduce that if things get a lot worse and what have you, as far as that goes. But what we're seeing right now is just kind of this battle between, inflation and recession and how that's going to play out. So I do think it's worth being a little patient here and seeing what happens with this big rebalancing. Had a big drop off in the end of the third quarter last quarter, sorry. And then it took off right away. First day and the fourth quarter took off. So again, having another big drop off here isn't too surprising considering what's happening with the rebalancing. So look forward to being able to see what's going to happen tomorrow, and we'll talk to you then. Thank you very much.